Hello and welcome to the Aaron Russos podcast. Today's podcast is titled, They Give Up Quicker Than You Think. And I guess it's in reference to human beings in general. I know we've got a lot of broken systems. Look, I could explain it to you, but let's just say there's more broken systems than not broken systems. And what's an example of a broken system that, all right, I'll give you an example. Someone has a mental health issue and they get what they call a 10-pack. There's a mental health program, I think it was 10 sessions. You pay a small gap, but it's pretty much funded by the government. And this is for serious mental health conditions. You need the referral from the GP, and you go through it. Now, out of 100 times, whether it be myself or someone else going, if you just disappear after 1 session, 2 session, 3 session, 5 sessions, 8 sessions, you just go non-compos, right? You've got mental health issues. You've told these psychiatrists, psychologists that you've got self-harming and suicidal thoughts and you've tried and da-da-da-da-da, and you just go missing. Okay. What do you think would happen? Do you think they send the police around to your house to do a welfare check? Never happened. Do you think they just keep ringing, come around, whatever? No. They try a couple of times and then they just give up. They say, oh, this is such and such. If you're not going to turn up for the next appointment, that's it. Yeah. So you've got mental health, which you're not well. You're not thinking straight, like it affects the way you operate, your quality of life and everything. That's the thing that's not working. But when you don't turn up, you get treated like a normal, fully functioning adult. Now, that is a fact. I've actually, I've done it twice, personally myself. And then it wasn't until I start talking to people in wider circles and then groups and then thingo, it's common. There was no one that actually gave a shit. There was no one that actually gave a shit. More than 100 people that didn't turn up to these sessions. So no one really cares. I've done it a few times with jobs. Like I've gone to a job. I've done, I don't know, whether I've gone out for a bender or just blocked or something else has got my attention and I just didn't turn up. Or I've left town, just didn't say nothing. And I'll try a couple of times, like ringing, and then it'll just be, that's it. Can't contact for 2 days, it's a thing, we just pay them out based on that with the notice, and that's it. There's no real human contact, or what do you call it? Human empathy, compassion. There's no compassion, like there's no connection between human beings. If someone was working for me and they just disappeared, I would not go anywhere until I find out where they are. And in some cases I have, and I've just, like, in the end, it's like, dude, just fucking tell me, fuck off, cunt. I don't want to fucking work for you. You're a prick or whatever, da-da-da. But I pretty much work that closely with everyone that I work with anyway. I would know if one of my team members was going to, because that's the way I am, right? So there's lots of these instances out there where you don't, well, it becomes quite clear that no one really gives a shit about you. Lucky we got our families, eh? Lucky we got our families to make sure that we go home and we go home every night. Because if we didn't, how many people would go missing? And, I mean, I saw some statistics as well the other day that, like in America and stuff like that, a couple of 100,000 children go missing every single year. That's wrong, mate. Something wrong there. Some fucking evil fucking Fauci splice shit going on there. What the fuck? How the fuck? Hang on to your children. Hey? What the fuck? How can that even be possible? When you've got two parents and 200,000, it could be more. I mean, worldwide it'd be astronomical. I mean, we've all heard these stories about, the Hollywood elites or fucking people with money and stuff. What do they call it? They try and scare children to get endocrine or something out of their blood or whatever, and then they take the blood and then they drink it or something, and it fucking gives them a bit of a rush. Yeah, that's what you heard. You hear that, then you see that there's hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million children missing every year, and wondering what's going on. But that's the thing about this world, isn't it? No one knows what the fuck's going on because we've just made it this big mishmash of a whole fucking pile of shit. And so you can't really solidly know whether it's wrong or right, because when everything started getting hijacked over 100 years ago, propaganda was thrown in to fucking mix it all up, and they wanted us to all sit on the fence and have an opinion and not know black or white, because that is what makes good sales, good money, compliant people, And that's exactly what we got, and that's why we've all got fucking identity problems. That's why the world's a big mass mishmash of shit and no one knows what the fuck's going on. The biggest problem on the earth is cancer, and there's not one world study where everyone is contributing and working together and doing everything instead. There is over 1 million separate studies going on. And it's also, if you look up everything to do with cancer trials going backwards as well, you'll find out that people are very quick to point the finger of cancer being, cigarettes being a cause of cancer. But there just seems to be a lot of singular studies and no one can actually pinpoint that that's the cause for cancer. So we've done that on purpose, and in the process, we've changed the education system, brainwashed everyone. And now, everyone, like most of the people on the planet, right, they don't know what's going on and they don't give a fuck. That's the beauty of it, right? They just don't give a fuck. We know all these injustices have been going on. We know that this is this and da-da-da-da, and we're fucking scared. They've fucking put the fear into us. We're very easy to market to through our biology. We're very habitual creatures. We love comfort. We cling to comfort. But unfortunately, the only place change comes from is, growth comes from is change. So they want to keep us in that fucked up state. If we're balanced and got our shit together and healthy, basically they, meaning the people in positions of power that have been taking advantage of or fulfilling their own fucking prophecy of filling their own pockets with money, So those people, they actually, sometimes they actually think they're doing the right thing. The other times are just really taking the piss, and it's a form of control, and basically you're the idiot, but also you're the brainwashed idiot that will reject your own help. Just the way it is, guys. Just the way it is. So no one's gives a shit about you. No one's coming to get you. You're lucky you got your family for help. The amount of broken systems is phenomenal. No one's really looked at anything with that. I mean, just recently, look at this. Someone in America has gone, hey, why do we have to give our babies a Hep B or whatever it is vaccine hours after being born, injecting a toxic cocktail into my child, when the only way you can catch Hep B or whatever it is, or Hep C, is sexually transmitted. So it's not going to be really relevant for another 16 years. So why are we giving it to it? Why? We've done that to millions of children. Hundreds of millions. Why are we asking the question now? Who the fuck's been in charge of fucking looking after us? Because they fucked up. They've fucking done a terrible job. I mean, who the fuck knows that the whole fucking medical industry's been hijacked and just goes along with it as long as their fucking pockets are filled? Get fucked, mate. And then I'm sitting here on a podcast telling a listener, no one cares about you, they don't give a fuck about you, they're using you, you're part of the system, and they've brainwashed you in the education system that was hijacked as well. So when I bring something up, you reject me, not them. What a fucking brilliant system. I don't know whether it was Rothschild, someone around him, whether he had someone who was like me, who knew numerology and the characteristics of humankind and how it all worked or something, because it's fucking brilliant, mate. I mean, I personally couldn't do it. I personally couldn't, hijack a whole planet's health for my own benefit. I just wouldn't feel right with it. I still can't do certain jobs now because they don't sit right with me. And they're jobs that millions and billions of people do every single day. So it's a fine line, but some people, I guess, don't know what it's all about. I guess we don't come with the manual, don't we? We're not born into a world and then they go, here's your book. That tells you everything you need to know while you're here. We should. And look, 2,000 years by now, we should have come up with a book. We should have a book so that when you're born, they go, boom, this is where we're at. The world should be treated like a company and you should be born into it going, here's your business plan. You're born into this world. This is where we're at. With health, we've combined all health to make sure that humans get the best possible health and nothing slips through the cracks. We find this is a very important thing. So health in the world, this is one of our driving core values. And so you're born into a world that sort of gives you a bit of a head start into why you're here, because, I mean, we're reincarnating, or even if you don't know we're doing that, we're being born into the same families. So why wouldn't you be like going, all right, let's get this family going? Because as new family members come and new family members are born and they're all going to need houses and cars and life and stuff. But no, we all come out, we're dysfunctional as fuck, we all fucking fight, we all separate, we all go our own way, and we all fucking lose our own way. Do you know how much money we would save? Do you know how much money we would be able to make? How future people born into your family would be so privileged to have structure and setup and, basically you're taking away the whole lower class of people. But we wouldn't want to do that, would we? Because we are fucking all indoctrinated to the fucking the hijacked fucking timeline. And so we've gone to a different place. We could have been sitting right now in a world that was free of disease and war and famine. We chose dysfunction, war, and we got fucking tricked. So we're in a different place. We're not in a good place. We're not in a place of balance. We're not in a place of health whatsoever. If anything, this fucking disease shit is getting out of control, mate. I'm telling you now, as someone who fucking travels around a lot, this year I've been in 4 states in this country, and driving into towns and regional towns, and you drive in and there's this huge big building, you're like, what the fuck is that? I haven't been here for a while. And you're looking at cancer hospital. Huge big words on the side, cancer. And so when you're going into these places that you haven't been for a while, you go, what has grown in this town? The biggest thing is the cancer hospital. The allowance, the growth of such a disease in regional and, all different towns and cities, metropolitan areas all around Australia anyway. And you're like, hang on a minute. It's more like a company. Like, when I work for big companies and that, and they're floating on the stock market and shares, and they're very good at managing that price. And then, almost every company I've been involved in is always about that little bit of growth, minimal growth every year. But being in control of that. And I guess with cancer, our reliance on it as a race is growing. It's like a company. It grows 3.5% annually. It's almost like it's growing with the company's need to raise more revenue. Do you know what I mean? It's treated like a business, not like someone's health. But we're detached anyway from health. You know what I mean? Like if you don't turn up to your psychiatrist. So basically, some jets going past, some fighter jets, like really cool army stealth, whatever. Just going down Burleigh Beach. So you've got, no one cares about you. Everything's hijacked. They've brainwashed you to reject anyone that tries to help you and break you out of it. Catch-22, like you're fucking in there fucked. And then the other person, when they are jumping up, screaming black and blue that you've been taken advantage of, then you're the one who's crazy. The one who's jumping up and down looks crazy. This is the world we live in, and we all know it. We all talk about it. The most common thing that people say to me when I say, I've got a cure for cancer, they go, oh, yeah, you're a dead man. You won't fuck with Mars. That's everyone's mentality. They think, so the greater community, whatever, all around the world, this is as well. It's the same sort of thing in conversations. They think that if I come up with a natural cure to cancer, that the pharmaceutical companies, because they make $320 billion on, say, cancer alone, and that's probably an estimate, that they would rather kill me than allow that. And I'm like, hang on a minute. There is someone on this earth that would kill someone that came up with something that ends like needless suffering for like 1 million people and saves millions of lives, and they would suppress that to, like, that's worse than going to war. Do you know what I mean? That's basically being a mass murderer on the largest possible scale. It's criminal. Who would be doing such a criminal thing? People in what? In companies? Corporations? And are these people, are they like influencers, famous people? Are they... No, that's right. They're faceless. No one even knows who they are. No one on earth knows who these faceless cowards are. So, there is such a person on the earth that would come to the earth, take advantage of it, hijack systems, even not hijack systems, just like rip people off in those systems, right? And purposely hide information that would cure and heal millions and millions of people. So basically you're a mass murderer. So there's people on earth that are okay with that, and they protect themselves by being faceless. No one knows who they are. And so they can be completely cowed and have all the money and all the control. And for what? What the fuck can you do with it? Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking maybe we're just a whole fucking planet of dumb fucks. Because seriously, why would you fucking purposely like be a sociopath, psychopath, what do you call them? Narcissist motherfucker, and want to be like fucking Kill Bill, right? Bill Gates or whatever, depopulation and fucking all that shit. Like, who made him fucking king and executioner and fucking, what the fuck does he get off getting all that shit? Thinking he can... Sometimes people get too much money, they go a little bit too far. But that's what I'm saying. Why do people like that, like, where do they get off on it? Is it a power trip or something? I've fucking worked for narcissists. My dad's one. He's a fucking biggest sociopath. He's a crazy, manipulative fucking sociopath, fucking lying cunt. And it's like, what for, dude? What for, mate? Just so you can just fucking bring fucking pain and misery and fucking suffering to other people, and you just fucking go along fucking up time after time again. But what for? No one wins. No one actually benefits from that. And they're doing it on a mass global scale. I don't know. Maybe it's just low consciousness. That's all they knew at the time, and that's what they did. I could understand back in the start when they were setting up the medical and they were fucking squashing the naturopath or whatever, and forming medical schools, and then they, doing education. We all know we got hijacked, because if we were humans, we're going to pay tax to a government, and that tax money was for them because they said they were going to look after us and our best interest and fucking build roads and fucking taxes and fucking, regulate and do this and do that, then it would be the best possible outcome for humans. But for the last 100 and something years, we've had a substandard of health. We've had half-truths and only portion of what could have helped us available to us, because some greedy fucks stole your future. The same fuckers humanly conditioned you and brainwashed you so that when I tell you this, you reject it. That's how fucked up you all are. That's how fucked up this is. So that's how come someone like myself that accidentally healed themselves 7 years ago and had of an incurable disease, and then worked out that this nearly fucking wipes out every fucking disease on the planet, And it's been 7 years and none of you want to know. Even the sick people don't want to know. The sick people are the problem too because they're fucking brainwashed. It doesn't matter how many conversations I have. It doesn't matter how many places, 700 conversations. The manipulation over 100 years is so strong. Fucking crazy. That's my world. Imagine being me for 7 years and knowing you can nearly wipe every fucking disease off the earth. You've got the biggest discovery of all time and no one wants to know. Just imagine that for a minute. It saves lives. This makes your life, my life, everyone's life, your brother, your sister, 100 times better. Better experiences, no, not as many challenges, not as many speed humps. Basically, it's like if you think about like a dream life, about, Earth, like where we are more connected, people healthier, it's basically that life. It's there and no one wants it. No one, like if someone came to me and when I was a chef, so I was cooking and said, hey, Aaron, you do banquets and stuff. I found this new way to cook steaks. If you do it this way, the quality's 10 times better and people will rave about it. And I go, no, mate, I'll just keep doing it the way I'm doing it. Why would someone do that? Unless they were threatened, a thinger, whatever. You'd have to be fucking stupid, mate. Do you know how many people on LinkedIn, how many doctors, how many microbiologists, how many medical industry people I know, my connections, hundreds of them, and not one of them has pulled me aside and gone, hey, how does this work, mate? What's it about? Like, they've just dismissed it. Cognitive dissonance. If you could see what I see, when you put out thousands of press releases to the media and not one of them gets acknowledged after you've worked in a company that sends out press releases on a weekly basis and you have to respond to them and you're the correspondent and I'm doing media and I know how to do a press release. I know how to get the right information out there. It's just that they know if they fucking run my story, the whole fucking world changes. Everything fucking changes. For the better, for you, but the worse for a couple of people. Everything fucking changes, and that's why they can't accept it. That's why 700 correspondences have to go missing. Because if they acknowledge what I have and that it works 100% of the time because it works with laws, it's just fucking, and it works with everyone, then what do you do? Everything has to change. That's how big this is. And look, I don't give a fuck. Because you know what I say? You could do with a change. It's not the greatest at the moment. It's not the best, and people fucking deserve better. You fucking hijacked them already. How about you fucking give it back to them? That's where it's at. This is big. Once one person acknowledges it and accepts this, everything changes. Everything. You don't understand when I say everything. I have never meant what I mean by everything. The world, you know it, totally tipped on its head. And I think it's time. But first, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. Just go to Google and just type in wake up. How do I wake up? What's an awakening? How do I stop being a dumb cunt? That's what we have to do. And I'll see you over on the wakey side.